Profound says, do you think you need to master the game to make... Nope. To make tip guides? Nope, I don't. I had somebody comment on this. This is a funny comment that you said. I'm glad you said that because I had somebody... It's been a month ago now. God, what game was it? I got to think now because it was on... Oh, I asked people. I did a vote because I had loaded up Elder Scrolls Online for the first time in like 5 years, and I was like, is there enough of an interest from the people on my channel for me to go do some guides, you know, like the beginner's guides? Because the number one thing that draws in traffic for my YouTube channel is my Ultimate Beginner's Guide series, and the reason my guides are unique is because most of the games I'm doing those for are games where I am a new player providing a new player's perspective. So most recently I did guides around Fallout 76 and Fallout 4, games I had never played before. So my Ultimate Beginner's Guides are from that perspective. I also have one of my most recent really big ones is my Ultimate Beginner's Guide to EVE Online. But the guy who left the comment very snidely said, why would I want to watch a beginner's guide from someone who's a beginner? And it was like, well, because I'm providing a unique perspective. Most of the time when someone is creating a beginner's guide, they've put hundreds of hours into a game, and so their guide is all about like how to power level your character, how to get the most XP, how to do I don't do those types of guides. My beginner's guides are, here's my perspective as a brand new player to a game, the things that I learned in the first 10 hours, some of the mistakes that I made and why you should avoid those. Here's my perspective on things. So because I make guides that are from the new player's perspective, they're different, exactly Profound. They're not, my guides are not about min-maxing. It's about, hey, you're new to the game. It doesn't matter the game's 10 years old, 5 years old, 6 months old, whatever, but I just, you know, doing a new player's guide from the perspective of I'm a newbie and I'm making guides for other newbies. So yeah, to answer that question, Profound, I don't think you need to master a game to make a guide at all. You could totally make tip guides. You want to hear something? So here's how I will traditionally do an Ultimate Beginner's Guide. I'll play a game for 10, 20 hours. I'll take notes. I'll think about the things that I think players want to know about, and then I'll go online and see what other people have said. And I'll be like, how much of what I wrote down matches what other players have already written? Cool. When I go to make my guide, it's usually about half of things that other players have already created guides about, and then the other half is my unique perspective. Then when I make those guides, it's usually a 45-minute guide. Usually they're about 45 minutes long, and it's usually got 12 to 15 sections in a guide. That's a big video. That goes up in chapters on YouTube, and then I take that guide and I break it down into the end of, because I've already made the video, right? It's already been cut and edited. So I have a big long video with an intro and outro, and then I go away and I record a different intro and an outro for the Quick Tips Guide series, and then I take all those 15 segments and I just copy and paste and splice them into the Quick Tips version, which then breaks those down into like 3-minute to 5-minute videos that have their own intro outros, and that way I'm killing two birds with one stone at that point. I've recorded everything I need for the big guide, then I can create the 15 videos that are the quick tip guides, and then with the way that YouTube works, I can then link those guides. I can link all the quick tip guides back to the Ultimate Beginner's Guide, push those out. Usually I do about 5 days before the Ultimate Guide, drop the Ultimate Guide, and then another 5 days of quick tip guides, and everything points back to the Ultimate Guide. It's worked very well for my channel. But I am actively trying to grow my streaming presence in 2024. We started multi-streaming on Twitch in October of last year when they started allowing it. So my Twitch is still very new because I'm closing in on 30,000 followers on YouTube, but I think I don't even know if we've hit 750 on Twitch yet. And I have a long way to go at Twitch because I still, anytime I stream, it'll be like, let's say we got 25, 30 people watching. That'll be like 20 people on YouTube and only about 5 on Twitch, just because the audience isn't there on Twitch yet. But what I have noticed in the last couple of weeks is that the Twitch audience tends to be far more talkative than the YouTube audience, which is very weird. Even though we have fewer numbers on Twitch, it's way more talkative, which is great. So thanks wherever you want to watch. It's great. And if you're a super fan, you watch it both places because the algorithm loves it when you do that.